SeanyMac Studios. I'm Sean.
I'm Michael.
I'm Vienna.
And today we are going to be, I don't even know what, Looped, episode 2, Jay Author Aizen time Chaina.
In association with
Truth. Much better than liars.
Yeah.
Did you just give me dad laugh?
Did you just give me dad laugh?
Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Here we go.
It's very good.
3,
Oh,
2,
nice.
1.
I like this already.
That's so cool.
Baby, keep it simple. Lies like you Monday, why you acting mental? Can you work it like Rihanna? Girl, you look back, very short, Sana. Kina time, Chaina. Timro time, Chaina. Kaile pani time, Chaina. Kina time, Chaina. Pusna pani karo, bolna pani karo. If I get you back today, you will love me by tomorrow. Extra teeth, can we do it my way? Extra teeth, let's go back to my place. You know life, tell them to me. Ay, I just am out there to team like a little book at a logo monkey. Alright, tell like it's okay, you get the whole song. But who got my bus to the hands, man, it's got now. Daddy, I wanna go as my sanga. You won't find no better than me, nobody's better, baby. I'm not getting.
Sweet groove.
Wow, so many things going on. Where are these people from?
Nepal.
Nepal!
Nice.
Very cool. I don't think we've listened to anything from Nepal. This is very cool. I don't even know where to get into it, so other than talking about the song, and then I'll pass it to you, Vienna, I'm going to talk about the production of the voice. Very good production of the voice. Singing with a lot of resonance. When you do that, they're not in a danger zone at all. They're actually singing pretty well. But when you do resonance like this and you're trying to make kind of like a R&B type sound, you can have danger of your larynx going too high. So watch out for that. If you're trying to sing this way, they're doing great. They balance out that open throat and larynx, but they still got that R&B.
And just for the layman out there, you're talking about when people get into that R&B emulation and they want to go, ooh, yeah. That's what you're kind of associating with. Is that what you're talking about?
What I'm saying is that they'll try to make a sound and emulate what they hear,
Yes.
and in doing that, they'll squeeze the
Exactly.
throat, they'll have that forward sound, you know,
Yep.
and so sometimes it just it can be dangerous, but they're not doing it.
No.
They sound great.
Right.
That's what I want to get into. What do you think?
And this type of R&B like requires a lot of nasal and then cheek right there. I always remind my student, like if you don't want it to create cracks or whatever, you have to maintain all of these for R&B songs.
Correct.
Specifically.
And just to elaborate on what you're saying, you have to lift the cheeks,
Yeah.
you know, because all this is connected,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's together.
Right, and so, well, yeah, to create that sound, you got to do that. Wow, really cool, I'm so happy. Nepal, we've never seen them before.
Than me, nobody's better, baby. I'm not getting you. There's nothing like something more. Your halat ke bana ko, kura ke suna ko, ramro sanga bana. Bane uslai, baby, keep it simple. Lies like you Monday, why you acting mental? Can you work it like Rihanna? Girl, you look bad, very short, Sana. Kina time, Chaina. Timro time, Chaina. Kaile pani time, Chaina. Kina time, Chaina. Pusna pani karo, bolna pani karo. If I get you back today, you will love me back tomorrow. All I wanted was your love. Parkera base kati lamo parke. 24 घण्टा पर्खे तेरो लागि भनेर पैसा गुजीबाट उडाएर I'll be there for you, सहीको बेलामा
So
Really
you gotta see
cool.
them. Yeah. On the production side, cool man, got a nice little loop and groove. I think this was pre-recorded though. I'm
You think
about
so?
95% sure. I wasn't sure until this guy here in the light blue jacket went da, 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 and he went, and when he did that, there was so much depth in his voice. That would be a proximity thing. For that sound to come out of him on the mic, he would have to be up here on the mic, but he was about 2 feet away from the microphone.
Okay. For those that you don't know, Mike's kind of our resident vocal coach and music producer, recording engineer, so he does know these things, and he does know that mic.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
we've recorded with
Yep.
that mic before.
I got one sitting right there with that black
There
fish
it
on it.
is.
Yeah.
There it is. Right. Very interesting. Do you have any students that like to rap?
Some of them, but I think rap is kind of risky. You have to maintain like some melody,
Exactly.
and the rhythm is difficult.
Yes.
Rhythm is really hard, and when you swing your body, it might affect your rhythm as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if in a real live setting, that I would consider a little bit risky.
Yes. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you.
She makes one great point that I always think about in rap is the melody, right?
Yeah.
People a lot of people, you know, dabba 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 dabba, and they're just speaking, you know,
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people think, but no, there is so much ebb and flow and dynamics and inflection in a rap that really pulls you in. If you're just, you know, dabba 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 dabba,
Yeah, the
you know, it's just,
attitude,
yeah,
everything.
exactly, it's just gonna get deal. So having all that inflection and stuff in there.
How are they
help everyone.
doing? How do you guys think they're doing in this performance? I
Oh,
mean, rapping is not something that I do well, but I know how to teach it. You know, and like you were saying, with getting the body flowing, the body movement is so key, and understanding inner rhythm is so key, which I think is a whole nother video together. But how do you teach it?
Rapping?
To your students?
I don't know that I've ever taught anyone rapping, but you know, I do in the group. I have a couple,
Sure.
and I, first and foremost, I approach rapping melodically.
Times I don't even know who I am anymore. I can't see the point of being in love anymore.
Right, learning the lyrics and understand the rhythm, of course, but first and foremost is using the words to paint the picture, right? Inflect on what you are saying there, right, to get through those, and using the rhythm to base your melody off. You know, playing off those rhythms. So I would always approach it melodically first, and then because the rhythm's going to kind of come and everything, especially if it's something you're used to. These two obviously they've had to have been singing together for a while because they're playing off of each other so well with the ad libs going on back and forth,
And if not, hey, kudos to them.
Yeah, exactly.
This is great. Let's get back in.
That Ferrari, you got me in Arizona. I'm not getting you. Buzna timlai sakti namma. Yo halat ke banako, kura ke sunako, ramro sanga bana. Bane uslai baby keep it simple. Last like you Monday, why you acting so? Can you work it like Rihanna? Girl, you look bad, very short, son. Kina time, Timro time, Chaina, Kaile Bonnie time, Chaina. Kina time, Chaina. Usna Bonnie Caro, Bolna Bonnie Caro. If I get you back today, you will love me back tomorrow.
Love it. I don't know who's who. This is cool.
That ending brings up a very good point that I always talk with specific students of mine who are trying to more make a career about it or something, you know, or something like that, is that they're just having fun, man.
Yeah.
And if you can't have fun doing a lot of this stuff, then you're not going to be able to do it well, because you're not going to be able to put that emotion, that performance, the time that you want to put into it. You can tell these guys are just, especially at the end, you know, they're just
Yeah,
jamming,
sure.
enjoying the tune, man.
Well, one of the things that I was noticing is, because we kind of laughed kind of through it, was their gear shifting from voice to voice. A lot of times when we're teaching, nobody likes to learn head voice. It can be boring, right? And especially like older men, they have a hard time finding. You hate it. You absolutely hate it, right? But you can see where it pays off,
Yeah.
right? About how he's singing down in his chest voice range, all of a sudden just boop, 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 and back down.
It's beautiful.
So cool, effortless. The transition is very smooth. Like, what are some of the things that you guys like work on with, or who has the hardest time with getting into the head voice? I know what the answer is to this, but I want you guys to know.
Who, as a student?
Yeah, what kind of students? I think probably the hardest thing for me is probably older men, ages 35 or older. They have the hardest time finding it again. But
For me, I think it's teenage boys.
teenage boys, that's what I thought you were going to say. Yes.
So yeah, within all this period, like the confusion of whether they're gonna use chest or
Yep.
head. Seems like even like for mix for them it's like really hard to get it. Like
Yes.
they don't get the idea of mix.
Exactly.
And
It's one or the
so
other.
this is
right?
really hard for teenage boys.
Yes, absolutely, right. And then they're of course losing that as they grow into their older voice. They're losing the voice they had when they were a kid, right?
Right.
It's almost non-existent. So you've got to build that back up so that you can have these type of skills.
Absolutely.
Right. What about you?
The same. A bunch of my older students, it's the older students. They're the ones having the most difficulty. But yeah, I had a couple. One actually just, I mean, he's still struggling, still fighting. Stay positive, fight through. Don't
going.
Yeah, don't let
Yes.
frustration.
Sure.
That's the enemy. But I have another kid. It kind of can depend because I have another kid who's lives in his head voice and it's beautiful. But he's gone through the voice change and can't get down into his chest voice.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think we've talked
Yep.
about that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's very, very interesting. And like Mike was saying, don't get frustrated,
That's
right?
the enemy, man.
Yeah, and even the boring exercises, this is where it pays off, right? All the things that you really hate to do, you can use them later on when you start making your own stuff.
Absolutely.
Really cool. I love this. And we hope to hear from you guys in Nepal. We hope to write
more,
in,
please.
Yeah, this is really good music. As always good seeing you guys.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like our Facebook and Instagram page.
We'll talk to you soon. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.